looking on the screen, is that?
Yes, it's okay.
Thank you. Okay, I will call the meeting to order, the regular open meeting of the Suez Town Council, March 26, 2024, at 2 p.m. in council chambers. First of all, we need the approval of the agenda, and there are no late items. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor King, Councillor Chong, all in favor. Thank you. And the adoption of some minutes, the regular open minutes for March the 12th, 2024. It says 23, so 24, I'll change that. And the special open minutes of March the 12th, 2024. All in favor. Thank you very much, Councillor Bennett, Councillor Chong. Then we will go down to water matters. This is the first thing on the agenda, and the 5-year financial plan bylaw. And I will ask Mr. Zackel to give this report, please.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So 5-year financial plan bylaw number 1386 is before council once again. This 5-year financial plan bylaw is part of the 24 to 2028 budget package, which is dated March 12, 2024. It was available for public viewing on the Times website. The budget has also been reviewed and discussed by council. August 3rd, 31st, budget package was made available to the public and council. September 12th, public input received by council. September 14th, council reviewed and deliberated the budget. October 10th, council read the bylaw 1386 for the first, second, and third time. October 24th, council adopted the 5-year financial plan bylaw 1386. On January 9th, 2024, council rescinded the adoption of 5-year financial plan bylaw 1386. On January 16th, public input was received by council. On February 15th, council reviewed and deliberated the budget. And on March 12th, council reviewed and deliberated the budget once again. So all changes have been made to the budget document as per council's direction. There's been one addition since the March 12th meeting to add capital project for accessibility trailer with the multi chair. This is a $25,000 project that administration was successful in obtaining 100% grant funding for. This includes an overall increase to the average single family residence valued at $720,535 for 2024 tax year of $76.07 per month, or $912.78 annually, and broken down as follows. Municipal taxes, $231.69. Library taxes, $7.21. Police taxes, $14.77. Fire protection taxes, $55.34. Garbage recycling user fees, $10.57. Sewer user fees, $298.58. And water user fees of $294.62. At this point in time, I'm going to pass it back to council for council to consider the next options.
Okay. We do have, is there anyone who wanted to speak? I have a resolution here that I will read. We're okay with that? The resolution is, whereas council gave public notice to a financial plan consultation in the August 31st and September 7th, 2023 editions of the local newspaper, and consulted with the public in a special open council meeting on September the 12th in relation to the proposed 5-year financial plan bylaw. And whereas council gave public notice of additional financial plan consultation in the December 21st, 2023 and January the 11th, 2024 editions of the local newspaper, and consulted with the public in a second public consultation meeting on January the 16th in relation to the proposed 5-year financial plan bylaw. And whereas council considered the submissions from the public from those consultation events, in addition to emails and other written submissions on February the 15th and March the 12th. And whereas in response to the public submissions, council now wishes to amend the proposed bylaw in order to provide a fair and balanced financial plan based on the public interest and the town's needs and priorities. Now therefore, council rescinds third reading of the proposed bylaw and amends the proposed bylaw by giving it a new third reading with the following amendments. in the form and with the content contained in the draft bylaw that forms part of this agenda item for this meeting. Number one, that the Main Street Road Improvements Project in the amount of $3,761,000 be deleted. That the 2.5 million Growing Communities Fund be moved to reserves and utilized for water capital projects. That the 1.4 million Community Works funding move to reserves to subsidize asset management for water fees. That the $720,743 borrowing on capital projects be deleted. That the capital contingency and public sector accounting board amounts be reduced to 100,000 in the water fund. That the portable standby generator purchase be reduced to 2 with electrical upgrades at each site. That wells 9 and 10 be deferred until final water treatment plan study presented to council. That the SCADA upgrades in the amount of $95,704 for water be deferred until decision made on the source of the town's water system. That properties in system 8 that are on the Southern Irrigation Land Irrigation District for domestic water and are placed on boil water notice receive a 10% discount on domestic water charges. That borrowing on capital projects for sewer in the amount of $209,246 be deleted. That the capital contingency and public sector accounting board be reduced to 100,000 in the sewer fund. That the public sector accounting board be reduced to $100,000 in the general fund. That the transportation, recreation, and building reserves be reduced to $100,000. That the cemetery consultation review be deferred to 2025. That the Harbor Key Drive road improvements be deferred to 2025. That the material storage upgrades of 200,000 be deferred to 2025. That the sidewalk condition assessment in the amount of $30,000 be deleted. That the pedestrian movement assessment in the amount of $75,000 be deleted. That the West Bench pickleball court improvements be deferred to 2025. That the one fleet light truck replacement be deferred to 2025. And that the staff housing project in the amount of $75,000 be deferred to 2025. That the retroactive pay for the RCMP be funded through the RCMP reserves. That the communication coordinator position be reduced from 100,000 to 50,000 and the vacant executive assistant funding be used to supplement the position. That the remaining 2 fleet truck replacements be deferred to 2025. That the smart cover manhole diagnostic covers in the amount of 115,000 be deleted. And that the increased office space at the operational services yard project be reduced to $100,000. Is there anyone who would like to support that resolution? Thank you, Councillor Poderica, Councillor Chong. Is there anyone who would like to speak to this before we go on? No? All right, then I will ask for a vote on this resolution. All in favor?
Make a note of them against.
Hang on, we'll ask for it.
I want to make sure I put my hand up.
Yeah.
Like I'm positive I don't.
Against. Thank you. So that has passed. Is there anything else you needed to, okay, thank you, Mr. Jackal. We will now go on to the water and serious water regulations and rates amendment bylaw. Mr. Jackal.
Thank you, Mayor McCordock. So this is bylaw 1388.01, and this is back before council for first 3 readings. The amendments have been made to reduce the water rates from the original proposed rate. The new rate for an average single family resident is $754.17, down from the $1,033 that was originally proposed.
Thank you. So we need to, and all of the information is listed in the report. Is there anyone who would like to make a motion on this? Councillor Federica.
Thank you, Richard. I move off to the council, but the town sees water regulations and rates amendment by law, like 388, or .01. 2024 be read for a second and third.
Thank you. Is there a second for that? Thank you, Councillor Moreira. Any questions, concerns? Okay, all in favor? Thank you, against? Thank you, that has carried. We will now look at the City Water District Rates and Regulations Amendment bylaw, number 1357. Mr. Zackel.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. So likewise, Osuis Water District Rates and Regulations bylaw 1357.06 is before council for first three readings. These rates have also been amended due to our budget deliberations. So this file is coming back before council to get first three readings. Once this bylaw is completed, they have to be forwarded off to the inspector of municipalities for approval, which should take a few weeks.
And does this need to be done by a certain time? Mrs. Hilson?
So once this bylaw, so once both bylaws, so once the Osuis Water District Rates and Regulations bylaw and the Town of Osuis Water Regulations Rates Amendment bylaw, once both those bylaws receive third reading, as Water Councillor Appleby is on a leave of absence, those two bylaws must be forwarded to the inspector of municipalities at third reading prior to adoption. So administration is planning on sending those later today. Staff, we did reach out to the ministry late last week, and they anticipate it's about a 2-week turnaround prior to those bylaws being brought back to council.
Thank you. So we're looking for a motion, a recommended motion on this issue.
Recommend.
All right. Did we already do that? But move it past? No, we didn't. Okay, so we're moving that the water district rates and bylaws amendment be read first, second, and third time. That's what it is. You're seconding that? Okay, all in favor? Thank you. Against? Thank you. So we're now, and apparently I've forgotten something, back in the water matters. The first one, do I need to, is it the second motion on that? No, we don't. It's included in this one. Sorry, it was changed. Yes, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Just for clarification, what will the Inspector General of Municipalities exactly do once we forward this information off?
They review the bylaw, they'll review staff reports, any changes to the bylaw. As it is, as due to council's order in council for the solid system. The order in council states that it has to be unanimous consent of all of council at their reading for water bylaws. So they will review the changes, and if they agree with the changes, then they will approve. If they don't, it'll probably come back and rather Zachary will have to provide more information prior to the bylaws coming to council to hear them.
Thank you.
So we're okay the way it is. Sorry, we're okay the way it is right now. Thank you very much. We're now looking at the water districts 8 and 9 financial accounts, and we're looking at the amount of $8,412.61 as of March the 26th. So the options are for council to receive these requirements for information purposes. Councilor Moreira, you will be that. Thank you. Councilor Federica seconding that. All in favor. Thank you very much. And next is the staff reports and request to write off of that debt. Is that Mrs. Hilson or? Oh, go ahead, Mr. Racco.
Thank you, Mayor McCordock. So we've got that debt with Propac Okanagan. $337 is an outstanding landfill charges with the town of Osuis. These outstanding charges have been forwarded to collections, but the likelihood of recovering these funds are not good. So invoices 26548, 3469, and 02 are all to Propac Okanagan, been outstanding in the town's AR system since June of 2023. We have tried everything within our powers to try to put this. The owners are no longer in business, Nils and Chriselle Kramer. Understand they're no longer in the area. And so option before council, option one, that council direct administration to remove the outstanding invoices for Propac Okanagan, amount of $337 from accounts receivable as bad debt. Or option number two is for council to leave the debt of $337 up from Propac Okanagan on the town's books.
Thank you. Council, what's your wish on this one? Councillor Chong,
I move option one.
thank you, that we remove the outstanding invoices. Good. Councillor King is seconding that. All in favor? Thank you very much. And next we have the bylaw referral from the regional district. Is that Mrs. Telford?
Yes, I am bringing this forth as Ms. Curtis is no longer with the town. This is being brought to council as the applicant at 401 Second Avenue in Area A of the RDOS is wanting to have a 2-lot subdivision. The recommendation from administration is that the town of Vesuvius interests are unaffected by the proposed amendments to the regional district electoral A, Area A official community plan bylaw number 2905/2021 and the Okanagan Valley zoning bylaw 2800/2022 to facilitate the 2-lot subdivision of the property at 401 Second Avenue. And that no connection to the sanitary sewer system will be provided to either of the proposed parcels as the subject properties are not within an identified sewer service area.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Go ahead, Councillor King.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just have a question. Why does it come to us if it's in the RDOS region?
I think probably about 4 years ago, council had requested that the RDOS consult us on areas near or surrounding our borders. So this is their consultation with other local.
So our decision on this will actually go back to the RDOS?
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so could we have a motion on this one? Thank you. Councillor Chong, Councillor Bennett. All in favor?
What's the motion?
Oh, sorry. Are you?
I move option one.
We've got so many motions here. I'm sorry, I got mixed up. So you okay with that? So option one, all in favor? Thank you. And next is the grant application from the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund. Mrs. Hilson.
Yes, I am presenting this for Director Bronstein as he is away today. This report is being brought as the RDOS, the Village of Carinus, Town of Princeton, Town of Vesuvius, and the District of Summerland are all supporting this application to the UBCM Community Emergency Preparedness Fund, which supports emergency support services, equipment, and training. So the recommended option from administration is that council supports the submission of a grant application to the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund under the Emergency Support Services, Equipment and Training stream through the RDOS, and that the RDOS receives and manages the grant funding on behalf of the town facilities.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I know that Mr. Brownstein is not here to give the report because he's at an ESS meeting right now, and dealing with these kinds of things. I think it's important that we all represent the regional district, Okanagan-Similkameen, and the fact that we're working together on this is a really good idea, and it helps all of us when we're working together. So is there someone who?
Option one.
Option one, Councillor Poderica seconding that. Any concerns? All in favor? Thank you very much. That's carried. And next is the general net payroll, Sun Bowl Arena financial accounts. So as of March the 26th, general cash requirements in the amount of $796,468.83. Sun Bowl cash requirements of $6,321.76, and net payroll accounts of $101,528.96. So could we have a motion, please, to accept these for information purposes? Councillor Poderica, Councillor Chong, all in favor? Thank you. And next is the Town of Vesuvius sewer regulations and rates amendment bylaw. Mr. Zackel.
Thank you, Mayor McCordell. So this is, the last of the, bylaws coming forward today for me. So the bylaw 1389.01, again, for cursory readings. This is where, rates or fees bylaw has been amended, to reflect the budget changes that we've made. The average, single family residence is paying $678.40 for their sewer user fee. It's got the dates of, all the budget meetings and deliberations and things of that nature. So I'll pass it back before council for their consideration.
Thank you. Council? Councilor Poderica?
Move option one to the town, sewer regulations, rates in the bylaw. Number 139.01 to 2024 be read at first, second, third.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilor John? Any other concerns? Okay, I will call the question. All in favor? Against? Thank you. That was carried. Next is the council procedure amendment bylaw. Number 1367, Mrs. Hilson.
Thank you, your worship. Before you is council procedure amendment bylaw number 136702 for adoption. This is just to confirm that all regulatory and statutory obligations have been met as was published twice in the Township Chronicle and posted on the public notice board, and the bylaw was available at the front counter for the public. The recommended option for council is that council procedure amendment bylaw number 136702 be adopted.
Thank you very much. Councilor Bennett. Moving option, the option, is there a seconder for this? Councilor Chong, is there any discussion about this one? No? All right, I will call the question. All in favor? Thank you very much. That's carried. And next is the council meeting reports, and it's for me. So I attended the invasive mussel workshop for a day in Columbus. And this is a per diem that is paid for out of town meetings. There's someone like to move that the expense one be approved. Thank you, Councilor Poderica, Councilor King, all in favor. Thank you very much. Okay, so we will go back to reports from the CAO, Mr. Risley.
Thank you. Thank you, Worship. Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, people may have noticed that park signage is well underway. A lot of the concrete bases have been done, and hopefully within the next few days here, all the signs will be put up. Pioneer Walkway washroom is now open. Registration for the spring program that we brought up last go round, so the programs are open and encourage people to register as quickly as possible. Some of them fill up. We also have next slope pitch league. That registration is also opened up, and as of a few days ago, there were already 3 teams registered. Sunbolt Skating Club had a great end of season show. I think there was basically 500 people in the stands, so heard it was a really good show. And of course, the 50th anniversary of the Adam Fiesta, where 16 teams participated. That went on a couple weekends ago. The Marina Dock is getting ready for the summer, so that's been cleaned and getting ready for the summer season. We also have at Sunbolt Arena, the digital sign will likely be installed here over the next couple days. FOI requests, we're still getting a lot. So far in the first quarter, we received 12. Within the fire department, there's been a lot of collaboration with the region to get ready for the fire season. Unfortunately, the conditions are extremely dry, and they are expecting hopefully not a repeat of last year, but that's what some of the projections are based on the drought conditions within the soil and other organic material. And new businesses in town, Troico Window and Door is the new business in town, and a change of name. The Soy's Pizza Factory took new ownership a few days ago. in operational services, you're noticing a lot of street cleaning, I think that's been now completed. The fountain in front of the town hall started up today. And there's been, it's a lot of cleanup getting ready for the summer season. And that's about it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Risling. Could we please have a motion to receive the CAO report for information? Councillor King, Councillor Bennett, all in favor. Thank you. We'll go on to council reports. Councillor Paprika.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll try to keep it short, but versus last Saturday, I attended the celebration live for Dave Porteous. Dave, of course, was I believe a 10-year alderman, councillor back in the day, the town of Vesuvius, so he's been celebrating living for quite a while. So pleased to attend that. And I just want to thank administration staff. Obviously, last week we became a year successful in a grant for $150,000 from the province for flood mitigation equipment plan. This adds to makes part of the $14.1 million that this council in this term has received, compared to the previous $15.4 million combined received over the previous 13 years. So though some people don't think that we're out there applying for grants, we are, and this is bringing our most successful year on record. So kudos to staff, administration, of course, council for following through with a solid message and working with the province, working with the region to be successful in these grants. So glad to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor King.
I'll pass it this time.
Thank you. Councillor Bennett.
After that, what can I say? I'll pass it.
Okay, Councillor Chong.
Thank you. So on the 13th, attended the Chamber of Commerce AGM. It's always great to see any opportunity for all the small business owners and business owners in general to get together. The South Okanagan Chamber of Commerce has done a lot of great work, been very successful with their grant funding as well, with support from the town. I would encourage everyone to check out the website South Okanagan Stories. They've produced some really well done, high quality short videos that highlight the beauty and the economy of the South Okanagan. So everyone should check that out. I'd also like to touch briefly on short-term rentals. I think there's a lot of emotionality about it. So looking back on the data, we have been exploring this for quite some time, for years, and one of the data sets that we did see was from a company called Granicus. They did a full analysis on short-term rentals and how many listings are in Vesuvius. And as of summer of 2023, there were 260 short-term rental listings. So our pilot program, I believe we're allowing for 133 for business licensing. Opting into this program has now given us a lot of powers for enforcement to make sure that we can maintain the character and the civility of our neighborhood. And then looking at the MRDT data, so the hotel tax. So hotels are taxed at 3%, and so are Airbnbs and short-term rentals as well. So we can see every year how much money is the MRDT makes. And with calculation, the short-term rentals make up about 12% of the total MRDT hotel tax revenue. We don't know how many of those are principal residences, but I think the safe estimate would be, a low estimate would probably be about 20%. That's what I would say. When new information comes, if we get more information, then we can update that number. So this new, by opting into this act, it empowers our residents to be able to also generate their own revenue, to help with cost of living and to help with mortgages and things like that. But also the impact. I've read a lot of comments where there's a lot of worry about the tourism industry, and the thought seems to be that it's going to have a huge negative impact, when realistically speaking, with 12% contribution to the hotel tax and potentially 20% won't be affected, we may, at the worst case scenario, see an 8% drop. So the data does support the decisions that we're making. And if there aren't any questions and any comments, I do strongly recommend that the public do reach out to council, send us emails. I do my best to respond to everyone that I receive. Because I want the public to make sure that their needs and their wants are heard. And with that said, that ends my report.
Thank you very much for going into detail. Part of the reason that we're looking at short-term rentals is that we have a lack of housing for people to rent when they move here, and people who come here wanting to have jobs are having a difficult time. So it's certainly something that we need to look at. We also we asked, and a year from now, we can look at this again. If we decide to do something different, they'll let this get started and see how we do. Then we could also look at a different option next year, but I think it's only once a year that we can do that. By the way, May 1st is when the provincial regulations come in, but we're still working on bylaw amendments in Osoyoos, and we're also doing our zoning bylaws. We have to have those done by the end of June. So I'm thinking it's going to take a while before this gets enacted, but we think it's a good thing. Okay, so some of the things that I've been doing recently, I did attend the chamber AGM, and it was very nice to have Councillor Chong, of course, was there because he's on the chamber. He's the rep from the town, but there were a lot of people there, and we had quite a nice evening, and we're just very happy to have the chamber organizing things and doing a lot of reaching out in the community. So that's a good thing. I was also at a board meeting for ETCBC, that's the Economic Trust of the Southern Interior. And we looked at the investments. This was for the whole Southern Interior, over to the border to Alberta and up. It's a large area. There are about 12 of us on the board, I think. We were looking at investments in 2006. ETCBC got $50 million to use for loans, for grants. They've given out probably $50 million, and we're still have quite a lot in the bank. So there's a new investment group that has taken over, and they provide updates for us every time we have a meeting, which is 4 times a year. We looked at the operating plan and the budget approval for this at CBC. It's a good one. People can apply. It's open right now for small rural communities mainly to apply for grants. And it has been mentioned to the administration that perhaps there might be a grant opportunity there. I also attended the Adam Fiesta opening ceremonies and gave a welcome on behalf of the town. It was very well attended. I think there was 18 teams that came from all over BC and some from across the line. It's a great event, and the 50th anniversary, and it's also the 50th anniversary of the Sun Bowl Arena, which will be celebrated in October. I was at the regional district meeting last week where there was a lot of short-term rental discussion. It wasn't municipalities in the regional district have their own plans to do this, but the regional district looks at what is happening with the rural areas, and there are 9 of them. And I think there were 3 of them that decided to opt in, and 6 of them, including rural Osoyoos, they did not decide to. They decided they didn't need to opt in at this time. They don't have a lot of resorts or hotels in the rural area. Anyway, for various reasons, it's an ongoing discussion because this is something that we haven't had to deal with provincially before. I was also at a meeting on the 21st with MLA Russell and Minister Josie Osborne, who is energy, mines, and resources. And it was on affordability, and there were just people from various organizations talking about the things that make their life affordable and not, and of course, there would be a wide variety of those. The following day, I was with that minister, with MLA Russell again, and Minister Callon, and he is the Minister of Housing. And he asked for concerns. And I said, in Osoyoos, we have lots of housing starts and so I'm ready to go. And we've done affordable housing and near market housing. We've tried all kinds of things over the last 10 years. I said, but our problem is that we continue to need help with infrastructure. And it's pretty hard to build new houses and insist that they be built when you don't have, you know, the water and sewer and roads and streetlights and all of the things that need to go along with that. So Minister Callon agreed, wrote down some notes. There were lots of other people there as well. So I will always go to those kinds of events and speak on behalf of the Osoyoos when I'm asked. I was also at the market, the next indoor market. It was on Market on Main, but it was at Watermark. And it was on the 24th, and it was very well represented, and I believe the market starts again in about May. So that's my report for this time, and I will now move into the in-camera portion. And I'd like a motion, please, that pursuant to section 91 of the community charter, and part of the council meeting may be closed to the public if the subject matter being considered related to one or more of the following. Section 91C, labor relations or other employee relations. Section 91E, acquisition or disposition of land. And 91G, litigation or potential litigation affecting the municipality. Could I have a motion, please? Councillor Wairika, Councillor King, all in